Good morning. So, uh, Gabi Patino, in spirit, not to offend anyone, has been speaking to me every single day. I'm so sorry for the loss of Gabi Patino. I'm so sorry to her parents. And I hope it's not disrespectful for me to say that her spirit has been following me and talking to me every single day. And I saw some synchronicities. I looked inside the van. There was a Van Gogh picture um, painting. There was a peacock feather. All things that I have around my house. Um, Gabi Petito did some videos before she passed that were beautiful, beautiful videos. Beautiful, beautiful, angelic, soul like girl. On TikTok about 2 weeks ago, I believe, I did a video and I said that I was trying to locate Brian Laundrie. I was going to give the FBI a tip. And then I heard a spirit talk to me and say, tattoo, 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 over and over again. So I was like, well, maybe Brian Laundrie has a tattoo. But I realized that Gabi Patino herself in spirit had been telling me about the tattoo that her parents were going to get on their arm of her artwork saying "Let It Be." And they did this after the funeral for her and everything, I believe, or maybe before, but it was revealed 3 days ago. And I saw it, and I am still trying to figure out why I can't let go, why I'm still obsessed about this case. So something in I feel, this is how I just feel, that Gabby Patito's spirit is nudging me to do all these videos right now. And really, I hope it doesn't offend anyone, because I guess that psychics were really put down by posting some pre-advanced videos about Gabby before her body was found, saying things like, a spirit box video, and and that in the New York Post they even wrote TikTok psychics were really wrong in doing that because it was very disrespectful. So, out of respect for Gabi Patino and Gabi Patino's family, I just want to say that I'm very respectful, but I feel like this is what I feel as her spirit is nudging me forward. It is Mercury retrograde right now. That would make it a little harder for people to do their job right, like the FBI. They're going to have trouble. But this is what I downloaded about Brian Laundrie, that he did get hold of a boat. I have no clue how this guy just has this magical force in the universe that's protecting him and helping him. Not even Dog, the boundary hunter, can find him. So here's the thing. I woke up from a nap the other day and I heard this voice say he's going to Cuba. I'm like, how the hell would he get over to Cuba? How? But they did say something about he's going to disguise himself, wearing a blue hat. They keep talking all day long to me. Also, my dog keeps barking all day long, like a spirit is in the house, she's barking at. And I just, and my spirit guides right now they said, stay silent, stay silent. Well, okay, I'm going to stay silent, maybe, and they did say a little while back, they said, keep your mouth shut, the spirits. Maybe what they mean, though, is him. He needs to keep his mouth shut, Brian. And I thought it was about me, because sometimes I'll hear a voice from spirit and I'll not be sure. And that's like, I know that, like, the fine line of insanity sometimes, where you're hearing spirits talk to you all day long and you're going, God, would you just please tell me what you're talking about? But that's how it is to be a psychic medium sometimes, and some days the veil is very thin. But they just said just now, Brian Laundrie, he stretched the truth. He stretched the truth. So whatever he told people already, the people that he did tell, he's lying to them and they're somewhat believing him. It is hard to believe that a guy that didn't look really that mean, but yeah, he, he has a good way of hiding his so what I do feel happened was I feel like they got into a fight, and I feel like they just got into such a bad fight, and she might have even, like a woman does when she gets so mad at her boyfriend, she might have even tried to, claw him or something, and he just got so angry then at her that he just took it too far, and I feel like the spirit keeps talking about a blunt force object. A spirit came in really loud and said skull fracture. I don't feel the autopsy has been revealed yet, has it? Does anybody know? Yes, I'm sure she has found peace. And right, Allie, thank you for being here. I'm still traumatized this morning because of TikTok because they wouldn't let me post a video. And I'm just like super duper upset. But, I'm just going to get over it. And it motivates me to go on other platforms, and just post my video there. So I posted it on Instagram instead. And Instagram is fine with me posting. So they're just very strict there. And, they get me so agitated that I'm just like, and they said shadow banned. My spirit guide just said shadow banned. Okay. Well, yeah, because I went live again and I did a really good long live this time and I didn't get any more followers. So it just like TikTok just tries to get in there and just like mess with your head a little bit, and is it because they're from China or what? It's like and we've got so many things going on in the universe. We've got these mandates. And now, what's going to happen with all these people that decide to quit their job because they're anti vaxxers, and there might be a lot of people that decide to quit their job. But guess what? They're not going to get unemployment. So the world is trying to punish us right now, literally punish us. This is not, about the Brian Laundrie case as much as it is about what is going on with our world right now. Something. It's a governmental thing. It's a government. I feel like we're trying to be. We're going. It's like they're doing an experiment on us to see how much the people will take. How much the people will go through without starting to rebel because they're rule breakers and they don't want to bend by these rules. The same thing in Texas. You hear about the new abortion thing, that just came out, that women weren't allowed to get abortions in Texas, and that there was actually going to be bounty hunters that, say somebody found out that somebody was going to help somebody with one, they were going to, be able to have a bounty hunter get a reward for finding out if this girl went out of state to get an abortion. The Roe versus Wade thing happened years ago. Sorry, years ago. And I'm just like, I'm traumatized again by our world. My sister, she might have to quit her teaching job. She has a great teaching job, but she doesn't want to get the vaccine. I don't blame her. She's scared of it. You have a right to be scared of the vaccine, and then they're going to force you to do something with your body. And then you won't be able to keep your job if you don't do it. Um, mm, that I don't know. Can I compare that to anything in a job field? I'm just grateful that I'm self-employed. I'm grateful that I can work out of my home and get paid on YouTube and not have to comply with a mandate because I'm not around people. I'm solo. I'm alone here. I'm just grateful that, but what are they going to catch up with people like me? I mean, are they going to force everyone in their house? I mean, I got a thing, saying the voters thing from Lorain County Voting Authority or whatever, it was like, we heard you changed address. And I'm like, I didn't change address, so I sent it back. But then after I sent it back, I was thinking, God, maybe I shouldn't have sent that back. Are they trying to like keep up on me and watch where I am? what I'm saying is that they're going to come to people's homes and force a vaccine. Let's hope not. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't protect. I know it doesn't protect anyway. I know people that had the vaccine, they still got COVID, and they still ended up in the hospital. Actually, I was talking to Oscar De La Hoya, who got COVID. He's retired now from boxing, but he still wanted to get in the ring and do some more, and he was supposed to. He had it all lined up, but then he got COVID. So, and that was like another video that I did. If you guys have been following my videos, I was first like confused if I was really talking to Oscar because I didn't get to see his face, but it ended up, yes, it was him. So we talked for about a matter of 2 or 3 weeks, said hi to each other every day. He just needed a friend. He needed support. And so I was helping him, but no big deal. So what has not been revealed? Rochelle D. What has not been revealed? Has not. Okay. So I can't remember 5 minutes ago what I was talking about. So, but yeah. So all I know is let's just try to laugh at the world right now and try to laugh at and why did this happen? What sacrifice did she make with her life, Gabi Patino, that the whole world would turn its focus onto her and an angel and looking at abuse really from men that get away with things and just they should have seen the red flags, but of course they didn't. They tried, the video cam or the body cam of the police and everything, and like what did something fail her? If only she would have went with that police and stayed at a hotel and just decided to leave Brian Laundrie at this time. People are just so enmeshed and hurting inside still about Gabby. And I feel like that's why the psychics, did what they did, but they had a bad article written about them in New York Post. Thank God I didn't do any videos about Gabi Patino, but I did do one on here. Only because I was doing a live video on here and all of a sudden somebody asked me, what can you say about the Gabi Patino case? Well, I had to Google it. I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't even know who she was, nothing. So, for the person that was viewing me and asked me to do that, I started channeling and I said, I think that she's deceased. And that was before they found her body. But, again, I was just innocent, I was just trying to answer the question of the person. And I found out that, a lot of psychics were really quoted to be disrespectful, that channeled a spirit before they actually found the person their body, and, but, like because of the family, like they're frantically searching, hoping that their daughter's still alive. But my insight is that, yes, you're right. A psychic should really only read for law enforcement. But chances are the family would have never seen my video about their daughter before this happened, before they discovered her body. So I just started channeling. And at first I was like channeling wrong. I think I was assuming I felt like, well, possibly could she have been trafficked or something? But then I heard a spirit come in and say Laundrie. And then here the thing is that I didn't even know what his name was at all. I didn't know anything about her. I just Googled like that she was missing, but they didn't say anything, about what their names were, their last names. All I know is her name was Gabby at the time that I did the first video. And then all of a sudden a spirit said Laundrie. So I'm hearing Gabby, I guess, in spirit then. And I said, well, she's telling me that they did the laundry together, and somebody then after the video was over said, no, Laundrie is his last name. And I'm like, oh my God, I really am talking to the spirit then, and I was kind of like, cool that, like wow, the spirit gave me the name. They gave me his last name. That's really cool. And so see what I realized after that is that Gabby herself in spirit was giving me his last name, saying that he did it too, because there is still some skeptical doubts that he did it. But here's the thing, the FBI, I feel like they're totally on the wrong path or the wrong track of looking in the swamp with all the alligators for Brian's body. I felt like, why did they waste all that money to go there and do that? But supposedly the parents said of Brian, I felt like they said that to throw them off track, so they're going to go looking to see maybe, because it was such a stand up good family that you wouldn't even think that Brian would even be capable of something bad. That the FBI probably thought, okay, let's go and look where the parents said that they thought they knew that he was going to. He told his parents he was going to go to the swamp or this nature preserve or something, or this place in Florida. And they were looking with all these alligators, putting their lives in danger and everything, the FBI people, and I feel like they were totally off track. I feel like, it's apparent. It's totally apparent that because of the video of the body cam with Brian and Gabby fighting, that obviously there was a fight. Another bad day for Gabby and Brian. And then they got into a fight and he accidentally probably killed her. Accidentally. I mean, probably after that, he was like, oh, shoot, maybe he's going to claim it was self-defense, that she went after him, which could be possible, right? I mean, but how much force could that poor girl have, So what I'm saying is, it's still wrong. It makes it wrong. You don't kill somebody. You just call 911 or whatever. If you're having a bout with your girlfriend again, So I feel like Brian is totally guilty just from the way the spirit was talking to me, and that I really have been talking to Gabby in spirit, and she's been following me, and every day she's been talking to me. And I have a lot of synchronicities, of the same similar things as Gabby when she was alive. She liked to blog. She liked to do videos. I do too. She loved to travel. She traveled to the Grand Canyon. I did too last year. She has a picture of Van Gogh in the van, and then she had a picture she had a peacock feather in the van. And I'm like, I have all those things. Those things are huge right now to me. I have a Van Gogh painting, Starry Night, right inside my front door. And I have a peacock feather and in my, on my altar. And, it was just like, whoa. When I saw the inside of the van that somebody, that she had posted, the Gabby, when she was alive. And I'm a medium, and I'm a very successful medium. And I've done thousands of readings, and I've done missing person cases. And like I said, I was even in the back of the detective car one time when I worked on the Amanda Berry Gina DeJesus case. And the detectives were very interested in what I had to say. And I was accurate on some of the things that I told them. So I know that I have potential to help solve a missing person case. It's just that I need to really start to hone in on meditation to find out where I feel like Brian is. But, like I said, I feel like he's in Cuba, and that they said deported, that he'll have to be deported. I mean, Cubans aren't going to watch American TV, are they? Or are they? I don't know. But, over in Cuba, how would he get over there? What kind of passport would he have to get over there? Does he have to have a passport? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. All I know is, somebody could voluntarily take him on a boat, right? I feel like there's huge aiding and abetting going on. Like he is getting help, huge help from people. I mean, how, because Dog the Bounty Hunter and everybody already looked for him for a long time. The FBI has been looking for him. Some people say that they think they spotted him in Canada for a while. He might have went all over the place. He might be traveling all over the place. At first I saw a van or a camper in the vision. Then the next day when I woke up, when I realized what the Gabi Patino case was about. And I was like, okay, maybe you need to pray on this and meditate on this case a little bit. And this was even before her body was discovered. I saw a vision of a camper. And I found out that that vision was accurate because his parents had rented a small camper and took him camping for 3 days or something like that after he came back with the van that was empty. That it was Gabby's van and she wasn't in it. So I feel like the parents were like, okay, let's figure out what to do. Let's go take them on a camping trip in a small camper and let's discuss this for 3 days. Let's just get out of Dodge for a while. Let's get out of our house for a while to go be with our son and discuss like this problem and dilemma that he has. Like, oh my God, I might have accidentally hurt my girlfriend, I just keep saying accidentally. I feel like that's what he's gonna say, that it was self-defense. He's gonna use that because he already used it once, with the body cam video. And the cops were on his side. So he's probably figuring if he could get away with it that time and make Gabby look like the bad guy, then he's gonna get away with it again and make him look like the good guy again. Right, yeah, Ellie, I do things with the goodness in my heart. Your mom got the vaccine because she lives with my grandmother and she pressured her and made her feel bad. She's trying to clear it from her system. Yeah, good. I had a client come to me and she said she ended up in the hospital for a whole week after she had the vaccine and she almost had to have kidney dialysis from it. And that was a close call. She didn't end up having to have the dialysis, but her kidneys totally shut down. So yeah, you got to process all that stuff, whatever the heck is in that stuff, through your kidneys, through your liver. Your immune system is busy trying to fight it all. I don't want to talk about it though, because I heard that they're even going to take on the news this morning. I heard they're even going to take YouTube videos that are falsifying stuff down, so I don't want to falsify it. But what I do know is that there's a my spirit guys just said slam dunk. It's a slam dunk case, but what I do know is there's a video that Michelle White Dove put up that says Pfizer actually had the highest criminal fine ever in the United States for a long time ago when they gave some other kind of vaccines out. Pfizer, the company Pfizer. So, there were a lot of lawsuits or whatever against reactions that they had to this other vaccine, which was the vaccine for something else a really, really long time ago. I'm probably talking, I don't know, years and years and years ago, but I do remember seeing videos of these people talking and they were paralyzed, they were in wheelchairs and they had the vaccine. And I can't even remember what vaccine that one was for, but it was something similar, like a virus or a flu. So I think the CDC is going to come out with, who had the rare reactions and why hasn't there been much data exposed in the media about that? Because there is rare reactions. People are rare. I personally, I'm going to get a doctor's note from my doctor. My sister says she's going to try to get a religious note so she doesn't have to quit her school teaching job at the Montessori school. Aw, thanks, Sunright Ellie. Smash the like button for me. It's okay. Thanks, Sunright Ellie. It's okay because October 13th, I'm going to have a viral video. I'm going to be filming this video that's going to go viral because I got sponsors. So don't worry. I'm doing the work. I'm doing the best I can, and it's paying off because I'm paying for it. I'm paying to have this stuff, but my picture is going to go on Times Square. Due to iHeartRadio and sponsors, and my photo is going to be up in New York City on the billboard in Times Square, so that's going to be huge. And I'm actually wearing this dress in the photo, and I have a candle in my hand. My hands are like this, and it's a really good picture of me. A couple years back, my hair was a little shorter, like about this length, and aw, thanks. I am kind. I just feel like my soul's been hurting lately only because I feel hurting for the Gabi Patino case, and it just I'm like, why do I get so consumed in these cases? I don't know. And why do I try so hard to put my word out there? Because I know I'm probably not gonna, but I might. I did a reading for a girl whose father was famous in the FBI actually, and I channeled his spirit. So maybe, hopefully, maybe there'll be a connection soon that I can actually get to talk to somebody from the FBI. Like I said, I've talked to many law enforcement, but it's really hard to get through on this case because it's so much volume. And the other thing is too is like we have to remember that because she's such a beautiful blonde all-American female, that's why it's such a high profile case. But what about all the missing Native Americans that go missing? They're not exposed, and that's sad. Or what about a black child, African American child that goes missing? They're not as exposed as much. But God bless Gabi Patino because she, it's almost like she sacrificed her life to help other women, that she would get notoriety to help see the warning flag, the flag, the red flags, of men that are abusive, and the cops come to the case and they put it on the female like it's her fault. Come on. That small, little, blonde, thin female is going to be stronger than her fiance, Brian Laundrie, that they're going to be more on his side, the law enforcement. And say, well, you guys need to split up, but they're gonna humiliate Gabby and make her feel so bad about herself. See, but no, the cop, and I just realized in my mind, the cop said, maybe this guy's not good for your soul. Maybe you should think about leaving him. The cop did say that to her. So actually, the cop did his job right. Sorry, I shouldn't put the cops down because I have some law enforcement people that actually come for me to me for readings, so they try their best too. That's the thing. We shouldn't judge anyone. I shouldn't even really judge Brian, but when it comes to a girl that died probably at the hands of her boyfriend, I'm probably, I'm going to judge because he's gone, and weird. My spirit just said Cream. Krispy Kreme, like Krispy Kreme donuts? Who's talking to me? Anyway, it's hard not to. You're right. It's hard not to judge someone, yeah, who killed another. Yeah, and I agree. And right, Ellie. And hardest thing for us humans is to understand like we weren't supposed to judge anyone. I know. It is so hard not to judge, and walk a mile in somebody's moccasins. I mean, the other case that I did a video on TikTok about was the Billy Milligan case. He had terrible, terrible abuse when he was growing up from his father, and his father did terrible things to him. You can watch the Netflix special on him, actually. And then when he grew up, he developed multiple personalities, so schizophrenic. And part of his personality couldn't remember that he went around and raped all these women, I find that kind of hard to believe, that the other part of his personality blanked out when he went over and raped another woman because of his personality, Danny or whoever it was. Because even at the end of his life, he told his niece or something, when he was sick and he had cancer, he says, I've done some terrible things in my life. I've even killed someone. And this was Billy Milligan, who was in the state mental hospital in Athens, Ohio. And I had been to that Athens, Ohio insane asylum. It's a really cool building. And here, lo and behold, my sister was telling me about that movie that was supposed to be filmed there. And part of it was even filmed there. And it had Leonardo DiCaprio playing the part of Billy Milligan. And I thought, I thought it was interesting because I did Leonardo DiCaprio's spirit guide. That was the only celebrity that I did his spirit guide on TikTok. So I thought it was all like synchronistic, sort of. But then they ended up not being able to put the movie out, and I'm sure Leonardo was pretty disappointed about that because I know for damn well he would have done a great acting job doing Leonardo or doing Billy Milligan. And who wouldn't love to do a schizophrenic person like in the movie Sybil, Sally Fields. She got an Academy or an Oscar award for that part, you know and um oh, oh my goodness, I am yawning today. Karma's gonna get some Brian's gonna get some karma. You're right, you're right on, right, Ellie. Or Kiwi said that. Kiwi lover. Hi, Kiwi. You finally got to go live with me. Do I still think Brian is in Canada? No, I actually posted at the beginning of this YouTube video that I thought he was in Cuba now. Cuba. This vision was really powerful. I thought maybe he was in Canada for a while. I feel like somebody's just like driving him all over the place. And then they're like, let's just get a boat and let's go to Cuba. How do you get a boat and go to Cuba somewhere? But you could, right? And so, like, he could totally be disguising himself. He could totally get a fake whatever identification. I mean, these things can happen, and it's like, I mean, I'm sure that they got, Dog the bounty hunter is even trying. Now there's a reward. So I'd really like to get the reward money if my psychic abilities serve me right. Where in Cuba? I'll have to meditate on that more, but I feel like he's in Cuba. And I feel like he got a boat, and I feel like it was like a little motorboat, not that big. I feel like he has somebody, a friend or something, who's aiding and abetting him and helping him. Because really, it's not an aiding and abetting charge yet. He hasn't been charged with anything, He really hasn't. So they're probably thinking, hey, they know the law pretty well. You're not charged with anything, yet. Brian's not charged with any murder because, no evidence to prove that he is guilty, right? So they're not really aiding and abetting. And so Brian, there was even a TikTok, sorry, not Facebook, TikTok profile that was on my one video about Brian Laundrie. And it was a private account, and his name was Brian_Laundrie. And I reported this as a tip to the FBI saying, just check this out. This page, it had like 300 followers, and it said underneath it, I'm not guilty. And my son's like, well, somebody's just doing that for attention, Mom. It's not really Brian, it's a fake account. And I'm like, yeah, but what attention are they getting from it? They're not getting recognition. It had Brian Laundrie's photo on it. Need your files available offline. What? Got it. That's weird. Okay, something just came over my computer saying need your files available online. Okay. Some sign, maybe? A sign? Oh, yeah. And come to think of it, Spotify, his music list was changed. Brian Laundrie. I've been really following this a lot. And so that means he went into his Spotify account, see, and he changed his songs, his music. So he's listening to music. Okay, now they just said backwash. Oh, yeah, and my spirit guides kept saying Riverdale 3 or 4 times, so I have to look into that. Where's Riverdale? Can anybody Google it? Grady Judge announced 16. Okay, that's something different. Okay, just a thing came across my screen. Does your guys tell you if Brian has dark what? Attachments? Oh, yeah, he definitely has dark attachments. You know why? And I'll read I'll read Kiwi's question too. Other question. He does. You know why? Because there was a van video of the Brian Laundrie Gabi Patino van, and it had the door open in the back, and then a camera came up on it, probably because he knew that somebody was driving up this long road, and then the door of the van closed really quick, like as if to hide something, like the door was open in the back of the van and then it closed, and there were sandals on the ground near the van. It was in the woods. It was parked in the woods, and somebody just was driving, and to do this footage of this van, which appeared to be Brian Laundrie's van, and it was his van. So I don't know when they took this or whatever, but these people video is now on YouTube. You can see it on YouTube, this video. The sandals were on the ground, which they were just flip-flops. And then they went around and they showed you the front of the window, and you could see that somebody was in the van, the white van. But on the window, what I saw was a spirit's face. And a lot of people saw this. And it looked like a gargoyle or something, kind of evil looking. Is that a protector of Gabby because her body was in there? Like it was a protecting spirit entity? Or was it like a dark entity showing that there's something negative that just happened in that van and it's evil? And that's what I felt. But all these other people on the video underneath in the comments said that they recognized that they saw that face too, the spirit, the ghost. That spirit's face was very, very profound, and you could definitely see it. And dark attachments, yes. Anybody that kills somebody has dark spirit attachments. Anybody that kills somebody has very bad, dark shadow work to do, that they should have done. It's how angry can you get at somebody that you have to go over the edge? I can understand anger. See, there's a spirit above me right now. Look at this. Look at this face. 2 lights coming out. Body. Is this Gabby in spirit? If you are a Gabby in spirit, let's summon you and invoke you to come in stronger. Show your face more. Please be here. Do you guys see it? Yeah. This is what I love. And is he bipolar? Okay, maybe the spirit's going to talk, because this is totally like an angelic form, because I see a kind of halo around it. See here? This is what's so cool when I do these videos. I actually see spirit on my videos. So spirit, stay here. Whoever you are you Gabi Patino in spirit, which you wanted your name in the future to be Gabi Laundrie. I get it. You were in love with him. You wanted to marry him. You were his fiance. He gave you the ring, everything. You had a great life together, but all of a sudden, what happened, Gabby? This man turned evil, and you didn't know he was going to be evil. And Gabby, I love you, and I feel so bad for you, and I know if I can help your parents and I know that if I can help you, Gabby, have justice. I do not want to offend anyone by this video. I do not want to be ridiculed by this video, but I see your spirit very profoundly. And see, now the light around the shoulders is getting pink. See that? As I summon her spirit even more and more and more, it's showing me her eyes here, or what would supposed to be eyes, her mouth here, which is trying to speak. It's all light lit up. And I see some energies over here too. Almost like some protecting, because it feels very peaceful energy over here. Almost like so powerful. This energy here that I see here is like really powerful behind me. Now, she said gravel. Okay, but if you're Gabby, please tell me where Brian Laundrie is, because your spirit now, you know where he is. Oh, she said cement truck. Legal. She said he's in legal trouble. Yeah. She knows that he knows that he's in legal trouble. So this is like what inspired him to run. She said detective. She said detective will work on. Detective will work on. So some detective is going to be able to find him. We're just going to put out there that they do their job right, and the detective will be able to find. They said he's disgusted. There's a detective that's really, really consumed with the whole thing. He's disgusted that they haven't been able to find Brian Laundrie. She's talking about that detective who is going to be able to research, she said, I'm listening to her, and really research. And they're talking about the mother because she said her daughter, meaning Gabby's the mother's daughter, and she wants to relay a message to her daughter. And this was earlier about the tattoos, that she liked the tattoos that they got. And I said this video about the tattoos 3 weeks ago, before the parents even uttered a word about the tattoos. But her soul already knew that they were going to do the tattoos 3 weeks ago, Gabby's soul. And if I disrespect anybody for this video, I want to just keep adding that in. I am very, very sorry. But out of my own sanity, because the spirit keeps talking to me, and I don't care who says what, that they don't believe, that they think I'm nuts or whatever, that I'm psychic and I can't really talk to spirits. I do talk to spirits. I just want to add that in. Gabby, please move Jane's curtain for us. That's an idea, Kiwi Lover. If she has enough force to be able to move the curtain. It's a lamp? Yeah, but no, but this is how the spirits work. There is a lamp here. There is a light here. This is how the spirits work, though. That they use stuff like that to, you know, put their light in. I know what you're saying. Clove candy. I get what you're saying, clove candy, but still, it still is how I see spirit. And they use stuff like that. They use lights from lamps to see spirit, to invoke something. So even though it appears to be a reflection from a lamp, it's still coming as a reflection of a face, a mouth lit up, two lights coming out of the ear area, two eyes, long blonde hair like Gabi Patino has. See this energy here? If you guys were open to spirit, you would be able to recognize this. And the people that are watching, some of you are very empathic, some of you are very intuitive. It's not going to waver, of course, because again, it is the light, see, but I have seen lights. There's a shadow over here, and that looks like something. And then there's a shadow here, see? There's a shadow here. You see that shadow here? Very, very light, very slight. And if she's able to move the curtain, that would be a lot of force for somebody to move a curtain. So we'll see if she can do that. But she can try. We ask usually, like when we summon or invoke a spirit, but I don't like to do it like that, like a spirit box or like a seance, because Royal Lugosi, all you see is my finger. Okay, you're allowed to have your opinion, hon. Well, they're allowed to be here. They're allowed to be here. He's saying, stop this BS. It's not okay to use your gifts at this time. Okay. Well, okay. Why? Why is it not okay to use my gifts? Because really, I feel that I'm allowed to use my gifts anytime I want for whoever is watching this video. Because why is it not okay to use gifts about a cold case that my heartstrings are pulling at this case? It's like I can't stop thinking about it, and I feel like, why is that? I just don't understand. Can you please explain to me why I'm not allowed to use my gifts at this time? That's what I would like to know. That why is it BS? Royal Lugosi, who are you? Did he do this because she was pregnant? And believe me, this is not to get more likes on my video at all. This is not about that. This is about my heart is telling me to do this video or I wouldn't be doing it, because I already know that some psychics got hugely put down, even in the New York Post, for trying to use their gifts about this case. But I'm doing a criminal case here, not a case where I'm invoking or summoning a spirit of Gabi Patino before she even was found. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I know it's hurtful to somebody's and people, and I already said that 3 or 4 times on this video. I said, if this video offends people, I am so deeply sorry. I had already said that, Royal Lugosi. Okay, so Royal Lugosi is another psychic. I'm a psychic, and others of that are using their gifts, are facing backlash for doing so, saying it's milking the situation. This is why I've held off. I did a reading the night she was found privately. Okay. And you are entitled to your opinion. I totally respect your opinion, Royal Lugosi, because you are another psychic. Totally. And yes, I did hear about the backlash, but I myself have not faced any backlash yet. If I face backlash, then that's another story. Then I will certainly never again, because then I'll feel like, yes, that's my karma, but I don't feel that I'll get bad karma for posting this video to try to find a criminal who supposedly murdered his girlfriend, which I believe he did. And I don't feel I'm doing anything bad by invoking or summoning the spirit of a girl now gone, because I've had many readings. I've been reading for 25 years. I've had people come to me, all sorts of missing person cases that I've done, actually, with law enforcement, even, where I've told them where I felt that the person was, and I was accurate on these cases. And believe me, this is all totally volunteer, because then the law enforcement won't even say anything that you helped them. They don't want to give somebody else the credit. They want to give themselves the credit. So I just totally do this stuff with silence. And what Lori Cabot does, a famous witch in Salem, Massachusetts, she just does a ritual about the body to turn up or something. And I, like I said, I worked on the Amanda Berry and Gina DeJesus case, and I actually rode in the back of the car with the detectives on this case because they were so interested in what I had to say. And I said a lot of accurate stuff. And I said that I felt like they were right together. They wanted to know if they were together, Gina and Amanda. And I said, yes, they are together. And I said that I felt like they were sex trafficked, which they were. And by Errol Castro. And I said, and I feel like it has something to do with the house right around this area here, and we were over in the area where she went missing on 117th Street at the Burger King. And they had me go to the Burger King, feel the feeling. And I said, I see a car and I see three people in the car. And that was another one, Michelle Knight. And I was totally accurate, everything I told them. But the detective said to me, well, name, address, and phone number would be nice. And I said, well, unfortunately, as a psychic, it just doesn't work like this. I said, if I can come up with a name, address, and phone number, I will help you. And I came up with some license plate numbers. And Detective Laura Parker, who was in the Children's Sex Crime Unit at the time, many, many years ago, she never got back to me if I was ever right on those license plate, because when they were finally found, and believe me, I did a ritual right before they were found too. I did a ritual because I was told to do that by my teacher. And he told me about Lori Cabot, what she just did a ritual for the bodies to be found, or the people to be found, for the case to be solved. So I did that ritual about a month prior. I did a real powerful altar to the sky, and I put a candle in a basket, and I put the elements of earth, air, fire, and water to bring about what I desire. And I said, please just let them be found. Well, then I went to this fundraiser, and after they were found, and Charles Ramsey was there. He was bartending, and he's the guy that found them and opened the door for them. Well, by his foot was a felt rabbit. And I looked down on the ground and I said to Charles, because I was talking to him, I said, "Hey, Charles, do you mind if I pick this up?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's fine. It's not mine." And he's like, "Where did that come from?" It's a rabbit in a bar, a little tiny felt rabbit. And I'm like, "Oh my God, rabbit, symbolic of magic." I still have the rabbit. And I'm not saying that I had anything to do with them being found, but I'm just saying that could I have, because it's a powerful prayer when you invoke magic. And yeah, there's a spirit in front of me. There's a spirit in front of me right now. So anyway, if you're angry or if you're feeling of jealousy towards me or anything, just be in yourself. And nobody wants to hear us. Well, I think they do. They really do, because they've wanted to hear me in the past. They really wanted to hear me. In the past, I've worked with law enforcement that they were really interested in what I had to say, and say they were very appreciative. They said thank you for me trying to help with a case. So, here's the thing. Don't feel that way about yourself. Mediums need to give Gabby a voice, right? How else is Gabby going to have a voice but a medium, right? Gabby has a voice through the universe too, through her parents going on and talking and putting their tattoos on, and let it be. Let it be is a message from Gabby too, just let it be, let it be, let it be. And Gabby just was a beautiful soul, and she's giving her message to the world of don't put up with crap from your boyfriend. If he's abusive in any way, dump him right away, because your life could be in danger. She's given that beautiful message. I posted once and got my ass run into the ground here, all hoaxes. Well, that was just your experience that you had to go through. This says this message is held for review because you used the A word, but so I guess I'll hide it, but uh whoops, now I can't hide it. Okay, well, whatever. I said it though. But um it's just your experience of what you had to go through. That's all. You had to go through this to be more assertive and more aggressive in your career as a psychic medium. I can actually tell you that. My computer's acting up a little bit. Let's see if I can show it. We are not all hoaxes. Psychics and mediums, like the way I come across, me, little Jane, that doesn't know much, and was teased all through grade school, because I couldn't make it on the volleyball team or whatever, because I was so bad at sports. I wasn't picked, felt really unpopular because of that. The way our society and our world is, like, we don't go to a Harry Potter school of magic. We go to a scientific school that is totally supportive of don't believe in that stuff, but it does exist. And that's why you do what you do, Royal Lugosi. You are a medium because you do what you do. So you are never a hoax. You just need to believe in yourself more. This is your lesson, to believe in yourself more when you got your butt read into the ground. I did too. I have 80,000 followers on TikTok, and believe you me, I got all kinds of people who tried to put me down. And you know what it made me? It made me more angry. And it made me say, I'm going to do my job even better now. And that's what literally you have to do, is like, I'm so good, powerful. You have to say to yourself, I can channel spirit and they can talk to me, and I can talk to whoever I want in the spirit world. It's not wrong to talk to Gabi Patino. You can't even believe the crap sometimes you read in the New York Post. And that girl, she's still on TikTok. Million or so followers, 1.8 million followers. The girl that really, has a lot of followers, she did do a video, and I don't feel she's that great of a medium. She just does amazing videos. I'm sure she has a lot of good mediumship abilities, or else she wouldn't have. But she dances real good, and she puts her doll on there real good. Do you guys know which one I'm talking about? Not Kendall. I love Kendall. Um, What? He what, her too? Okay. I know. I felt like did something to her skull, like a skull fracture. You did a little picture of a skull. He, I think that he did something to her head, and they haven't come out with it, have they yet? The autopsy? I don't feel like it was a strangulation. I feel like it was something to her head, like a skull fracture, because the spirit yelled really loud to me one day when I was doing another video. They said, skull fracture. And I was doing a reading for somebody else, actually. And they said, did somebody in your family have a skull fracture? And then I realized, oh, it's Gabby again. Blunt force to the head. That's exactly what I heard Spirit 2 say. That's exactly. See, you're a really good medium, Royal Lugosi, because you heard Spirit 2. You heard her talk to you. Our spirits are powerful and they can tell us accurate details, and you don't give up your gifts. Don't ever walk away from your gifts because you are powerful. And just because you bought into other people's punishments saying, oh, no, there's a rule that you don't talk to a spirit before they whatever, that's what mediums do. They talk to spirits. Hello. And, like I said, I'm like totally held up in the light and supported by every single one of my clients. I have thousands of people that come to me per year for readings. And I'm not trying to brag or anything here. This is not what I'm about. I'm not trying to even get notoriety or fame from these videos, really, because I haven't yet. I've been doing these videos for 10 freaking years or more, and, I used to do some celebrity videos. I used to call myself the psychic paparazzi because I was doing Ashton Kutcher videos all the time. And I was like, why am I doing Ashton Kutcher videos so much? Because I kept dreaming about him. I kept dreaming about Ashton Kutcher. And the other day I had a dream that I was swimming in a swimming pool full of Down syndrome men that had were really big. And I'm like, I realized what that dream meant to me. That my dream was even telling me that I put myself down and make me feel like I'm, and not to be mean or anything, because maybe this sounds really harsh, but that I don't have enough sense, that I'm stupid, okay? Like a Down syndrome person would feel. But guess what? They're a beautiful child of God. And they are of the light too. And I was swimming in the pool with them in my dream. I'm like, okay, I realize what that dream means. That just imagine how they feel, but they're still souls in the world that are beautiful. They're angels too. They help so many people to see that we need to love them. Rock, Colette. Quantum Reality RV has a good video out. Gabby lost lots of broken bones and head trauma. He used a rock. Oh, so I didn't see that, Colette. So thank you for telling me about that. So it's Quantum Reality RV or TV? Is it RV? Because I saw a video of an RV, a small camper. I saw a vision of a small camper after somebody asked me what I would read about the Gabi Patino case. Here, I was just totally innocent. I've read on every single case, but for some reason, some people are getting really mad about the Gabi Patino case. I've done the Harley Dilly case on here. I was accurate about some things I said with that. You can look at my past videos. I said he was in cement and he was found in a chimney. And I knew right away he was dead because I saw a vision of him and his eyes were crossed. And I knew he was dead. And I said that on there. And nobody put me down then and said that I was a bad psychic for putting that on there before he was even discovered. And then but I called the law enforcement about that case. And I told them, I gave them a tip. I said, he's right around the area where he lives. And here's the description of the house. And I said, and I heard something say he was in cement block. And he was in the chimney. He got stuck in the chimney and he died there because he tried to go down the chimney. And the law enforcement, he took everything down over the phone, or the FBI or whoever I talked talked to about that case. And he's like, thank you so much. You know, and who knows if my tip, they even used it. They might have, because they went here. He was just right across the street from his own home, that the people were out of town that owned the home. And he decided he didn't want to go to school that day. So he decided he was going to try to get in their house and just he was probably going to take a nap or sleep on the couch or something. And he went in and tried to go in the chimney. He was autistic. But, you know, who knows if my tip even might have caused them to go to that house and look, you know, because how would they have known, you know? Maybe sniffing dogs could smell a dead body, possibly, you know, that could have been. It's about that YouTube boy. Yeah. Yeah. Him. Dakota. Okay, I just heard my spirit say Dakota. He's laying the groundwork. Interesting. He's laying the groundwork. I heard my spirits talk again. They said, Dakota, he's laying the groundwork. I'll tell you what, it's all over the place. The spirits are just like constantly talking to me now. And you know, how do we listen to, or what's our accurate voice telling us, and what's our liar voice telling us too? Because, you know, sometimes I realize more and more and more as time goes on that I'm a medium, my voices are always right. Because, you know, I was reading in front of an audience Friday night, last Friday, and I was a nervous wreck too. I had to read in front of 40 people. I started off, there's a spirit, his name is so-and-so, he died of an overdose. And I looked right at the table of these 3 people that were sitting there when I said the message, and all 3 of them looked at me like they didn't raise their hand, you know, and I said, can anybody take the spirit? Well, I went through the audience and nobody responded to that message. So I just picked another message. But halfway through my mediumship readings in front of the audience, I was over by their table again. The girl was sitting there and she says, I know now what you're talking about. She said, here, I did CPR in the Walgreens store on a guy that overdosed, and I did CPR and I resuscitated him. And then he proceeded to die of another overdose 2 days later. So she saved his life in the Walgreens store. That was his spirit talking to me at the beginning of, you know, the readings in front of the audience. And I had the microphone in my hand and everything, and I'm going around the tables. Well, see, spirit didn't make the people get the message though, you know, because they were just sitting there going, no, you know, I can't take the spirit. And then later that dawned on them, oh yeah, that spirit. So, you know, I think everybody we read for too, their psychic brain either connects with the message or it doesn't. So for people who are closed-minded, they're not going to get the message of Gabi Patino, or they're going to put down other psychics and mediums who are trying to do something out of the kindness of their heart, you know. When will I go to God? Can you tell? No, I don't do that. I don't do that. Okay. It's not proper etiquette ever to predict death. Never. Okay. So I don't read that. And I don't want to know that. I don't want to know when you'll go to God. I think you need to be here right now with God. Colette, yes, I am an RV remote viewer. I am also a remote viewer too. Colette Souza. Okay, I see what you're talking about here. RV, yeah. Remote viewer. Thank you. So I don't think Gabby knew about the other 2 girls when she was living, though, do you? What other 2 girls? I don't know what other 2 girls you're talking about. Was there something about, did I miss something about some other 2 girls? You mean there were other girls found in that area or something? I don't know what you're talking about. What if we had a timer on our heads or above us all? Oh, it'd be terrible. Do we want to really know where we're going to exit? I think part of our higher subconscious mind knows already when we're going to exit the earth plane and leave our physical form. But our conscious mind doesn't want to think about that right now. You know, why would I want to get stuck there and think about that? You know, I'm going to live life. I'm going to have fun, you know. Well, let's see. I'm like scared of humans because of these disappearances. You don't have to be scared of humans either. You know, don't live your life in fear. Oh, the 2 girls that were married and murdered around the same time that they knew. Oh, really? They knew these girls? You mean the couple, Gabby and Brian knew these girls? I did not hear about that. Interesting. The two girls that were married and murdered around the same time that they knew. Huh. Wow. That is really freaky weird that they knew them. I have to I have to find out more about this. Evie. Evie, yeah. Evie Parrott. Let me know more about that if you can expand on that a little bit. Yeah, I there was like a slight doubt in my mind, There's still like a little vague doubt in my mind, especially when I saw that TikTok profile that had 300 people on it, and it was a page, and it was Brian underscore Laundrie, and he was like viewing my video, like he was even commenting on it. And I commented back and did a video, me coming back to him, and that he was vaping, like something about him vaping. And I don't know why I wrote that on there because some people yelled at me about that too. But Crystal and Kylan was their name. Okay. Can I ask, please? Somebody sent me a diamond in the mail. No name, only an address out of New York. Who did that and why? Oh my God. Is it a real diamond, Colette? It's gonna be revealed. That is really weird, Colette. I've been having marriage proposal videos and I don't know who it's from. I keep writing, who's this? Who's this? And, it's weird. I don't know what that's about. Uh, you don't know? Okay. So chances are it's probably not a new real diamond if it's just a cubic zirconian, maybe. Do you know anybody that's related to this case or anything? New York, you're from New York, so it looks real. Well, you're gonna have to take it to a jewelry store and find out if it's real. Listen, I'm drained. I'm exhausted, so I'm not even going to be answering any questions as a psychic right now or medium because I'm so like consumed in this case. I have a party tomorrow night. I have to do a ton of readings. You live in California? Oh my gosh, I am so tired. All right, I went on here for an hour and 7 minutes, and I also went on TikTok live for like a whole hour, and I'm just beat. I'm tired. So I'm gonna go. Thank you, and yeah, the mystery soon will be revealed about your diamond ring in the mail from New York. That is really cool, though. That is really cool. Are you checking in on Summer? Summer W. Who's Summer W? Is this another missing person? Summer. Summer W. E.V. Parrott. Police in Florida had said Thursday a possible connection was being explored because the women were found dead in the same tourist town of Moab. Wow. Utah, where the missing woman Gabriel Gabby. Oh my God. I didn't hear about this. Whoa. And maybe that's why Brian might be innocent. Maybe Brian really isn't innocent, I all I heard was the spirits say Laundrie, but she didn't tell me he did it, but she said she was killed by a blunt force object to the head, a skull fracture, she said. And she never said if he was innocent and, or guilty. She never said he did it, and there was so yeah, he might be fleeing because they're going to accuse him and arrest him for it. And he knows he's innocent. And look, karma's not catching up to him. He's not found yet. So who knows? Maybe maybe he didn't do it. But, I just feel like he did. But maybe it's just like his lesson in life. Maybe he didn't really do it, and maybe she got killed by some serial killer or something. 5 years old was one of them. Wow. Newlyweds. Kylan Schulte and 24 and Crystal Turner 38. Wow. 2 females, huh? They were newlyweds. Had told friends they feared a creepy man they had seen nearby might harm them before their bodies were found August 18th. Wow. And this was in Florida. Or wait, no, it was in Moab, Utah. Was that where they were found though? Wow, interesting. Okay, now it puts a totally like different light on the situation for me, but because at first, when I was doing the video on the missing person case of Gabby, when somebody asked me and I didn't even know anything about Gabby at all, I felt right away first, like a first gut feeling was she trafficked, like human trafficked and or some pervert or something, but oh, it's just so mind-boggling. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut because, I don't wanna have my career put on the line if I'm wrong, because that might be the case. I might be wrong totally by accusing Brian of it. I don't know. I don't know. What kind of person Brian was her fiance and he might have done all three? What the hell? I don't know, man. He looked, well, he did look like it in his face. He kind of looked like, hey, look at me. I got this female. She's pretty. Like his face just kind of told it all. Like he didn't look like really madly in love with her. Like, how you see total love over a guy's face? He almost like he was using her, and he was like, look, I got this young blonde pretty girl. The parents knew him though and everything. So Brian was 7 minutes away when police had separated them that night after pulling them over, 7 minutes away from the other two girls. What? What? Oh my God. Oh, this is draining me. This is totally like exhausting me now. I'm finding out more and I'm like, whoa. Wow. The remote viewer had said he did it with the two others. Oh, wow. Okay, well, yeah. It's weird because I remote view too, but I I wasn't able to really remote view this or maybe I just didn't ask that way. But I more hear. I'm clairaudient, so I hear spirit. I totally think Brian did it. I think he has schizophrenia. He could. And I just, synchronicity was I just did a video on TikTok about a schizophrenic too, Billy Milligan. So maybe he does have multiple personalities or something. But what caused him to go off the deep end when he was seemingly on this wonderful nature trip with his girlfriend, fiance supposedly, and he knew the family and everything. So yeah, if he did that, I'm gonna have to talk to the spirits more. I'm gonna have to go into that. Yeah, I know. No, of course not. Not all people with schizophrenia do that. No, not to ever offend anyone with schizophrenia at all, because half the people that with schizophrenia are actually just little mediums running around talking to spirits and talking to dead people, and they're confused because they're getting it all over the place, these voices in their heads. So all right, guys, thank you for all your comments. We'll get to this case eventually. Somebody's going to solve it. So, whoever it is for the highest good to solve this case. And by the way, now there's a reward of $100,000 for Brian Laundrie. So, all right, guys. So, hey, great day. Have all of you have a great day. And I can hardly talk now. So, I got to go. Bye.